first I thought it's about how many sponsors I can get, right? But I realized that when you have sponsors for a specific product, like a podcast, right? There's limited real estate. Imagine I got like 16 sponsors. Wow, shit, where to put, yeah? You know?
Oh, yeah.
So I'd rather get like 4 solid ones, you know, something like that. Yeah. And then...
But let's say if you... Okay, now that you have 3, right? Let's say if you hit your 4th one, and then there's more that's coming, right? Then how are you going to handle such situations?
Maybe create more real estate. So that means other than Revelry podcast, maybe I need to do another one. So they will seed different product. Yeah.
Why not you just push
Or maybe
others,
do one off.
push your other sponsors to give more?
Up the tier.
Yeah, you have to find another, like, you want my sponsor space, right? Then you pay me more, or you give me more, or you do something
Send us
more.
another bottle.
Yeah. because like there's this thing where if let's say you're an artist, right, and you do commissions for people, then people ask you if you're the advice is that if you have too many commissions, you're not expensive enough. You need to raise your price until you don't have that many commissions, because then that means all the people who are willing to pay you are what
Top
they
tier customer.
Yeah, because you only have so much time in your day to do work. So like if your podcast maybe only has like 4 slots, then maybe you need to raise your prices until you only have four sponsors.
Yeah.
To me, one way to battle the real estate factor, right, is time. So I do follow Flagrant podcast.
Whoa, I love Fragrant, man.
I fucking love Andrew shows. My favorite comedian. So if you notice, they don't really put, okay, they have product placement,
But they got
but
announcements.
sometimes they'll cut out the podcast and do the shout out to the sponsor, right? For 2 minutes. Yeah, so you didn't really compromise your real estate, but you just add in 2 minutes of that podcast.
Yeah, but real estate also meaning airtime also. Airtime is also real estate.
Okay,
Yeah, right.
okay.
So if you too many interruptions, then people will drop off the podcast and affect the views and everything. Yeah, so we try not to do that also.
Rotate.
Yeah, that one is like really
Rotate
last.
episodes.
Maybe last
Be
resort.
one or two.
I mean that's a good problem to have. Having to
Yeah, that's a good problem to think about.
Yeah. So that is I feel like the content marketing content way lah. And then it's like, you know, like for us, I really have a successful product, then we can plug. But for your one, it's very physical in real life, right? You cannot be doing like 16 events in a month, right? Or maybe expand your forces, right?
Yeah, just expand your forces. Yeah. So it's actually, like I said, I think in events, right, so far my encounter lah, I think a lot of event companies, they will usually work with one another sometimes also. Like the situation will make you work with one another. You know, sometimes like if you have a lot of inquiry, then you sub on to another company to do it for you. Yeah, so in a way we'll work together also lah.
Yeah.
Apart from always trying to compete.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, to be fair, like, you cannot do everything. You cannot do every inquiry. But I think if you can direct other inquiries to like to the correct people, right, then you still can maintain a business relationship. So that maybe if another customer thinks like, okay, I want to do a really big event now, and I know you cannot do, but I know you can direct me to someone that can do it. I think